Hello, this is Angela with X to the L, and I have with me Angela Johnson, and we're going to talk about her latest effort, her latest project, Revised, Edited, and Flipped. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderfully. And how about yourself?
I'm fantastic. At least that's what I keep telling people.
That is great. That is wonderful to hear.
Great. And just to step into Revised, Edited, and Flipped, how did you come up with the concept for your latest CD?
Yeah, so really the concept behind this album is, well, I'm celebrating a 10th anniversary of being a solo artist in the music business. And 10 years is a long time to be putting in a lot of hard work and effort into, making music, and especially as a solo artist independently. I am really just trying to bring it all together, the things that I have done in the past as far as putting out several albums. I wanted to include some of those songs and have them, take on a new life in the form of doing, remixes. And so basically we took a few songs off of several albums that I've put out in the past, wanted to kind of flip them or re-edit them or have them revised and have, some folks who have known about me for many years that I've been in the business to have the songs heard in a different way, and also to introduce myself to a lot of people in the music dance world, I should say, to these songs and have them exposed. But really, like I said, it's a celebration of myself, doing a lot of amazing things. I'm having a great time in this business, and I'm just celebrating the 10th year that I have been doing or putting out music such as this. But it's been a ride for me. It really has been, and I'm so thankful that I'm still here in it, and I'm here to win it as well, if I could say that.
Okay. Well, you have such a great catalog of music. I've enjoyed your music for years, and actually, I sat down with my niece, who's a musician, and we actually listened to the originals and then the remixes, and she was telling me, what was different, what she liked, whatever. She's only 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
So you definitely have a new
excellent.
a new audience. You have
That's
a new audience.
Great. That's great. But my daughter is 8 years old, and she definitely has a lot of influence on, the things that I listen to on the radio sometimes when I'm listening with her. And, of course, what she has a very open mind, and she's into, a lot of different things. And, I like the fact that, she is open. But, she's very telling of the truth, and I would only expect that of her. So if she tells me she doesn't like something, I believe her, and she has a valid reason usually. But, no, it's wonderful to be able to share this with my daughter as well.
Oh, that's great. And you have such a great catalog of music. Was it difficult to choose the songs you wanted to remix?
Wow, it probably was for me, being that I was the one that had written the songs and, performed them. There was quite a few songs that I still could see being heard in a different light, but, we definitely had to only select a few. This can only fit on one CD, and we didn't want it to be overwhelming. But we thought that we would pick the most favorited, if I could say, through fans around the world that have, sent me messages on Facebook or, to my website and made comments on certain songs, the songs that had stood out on each album. And we wanted to select those songs. And, of course, some of my, I don't want to say favorites because, these are all of my babies and I can't really pick just one. But, ones that I definitely have, a partial feeling, for. We wanted to just, we wanted to also search for the right producers for those particular songs. Not every producer was fitting for every song, so we wanted to make the right selection. And I think we did a great job, with myself and my managers. We came up with 3 different lists of songs to choose from, and that's really how we condensed everything and tried to come up with the perfect list to have remixed.
You do have an amazing lineup of producers and remixers and DJs.
Yes.
How did you end up choosing the producers or the ones who are going to remix?
Well, I do have to say that a few of them, well, quite a few of them, I either met with them on one occasion or another, and then a lot of them are really good friends of mine, such as, DJ Spinna. We've been, working together since the early 90s. And, of course, I've met some wonderful producers as well as DJs and remixers in Japan that I have worked prior to this particular project. But, yes, I've had so much fun, just, kind of figuring this thing out, dealing with people over Facebook. There was quite a few people that I've met on Facebook that I became interested in working with them, and this was a wonderful way to start, our working relationship with. That I've met some folks from Paris, like the remixer Yanis, who is out of France. We hooked up on a show or a tour that I was doing in France, a Nina Simone tribute tour, and he was one of the people that was on the production team putting the show together. And just by conversation, we found out that he's into making music as well. And I invited him to do something for me, and I've heard him do some other reggae mixes, and we wanted to include him on this project as well. But we have, an impressive, amount of people here on this remix album.
Oh, you definitely do. And, I'm familiar with some of them.
Yes, yes. I mean, a lot of them have a lot of, a great reputation. And then, of course, there are some newcomers, so I wanted to mix it up a bit.
Oh, great. And, so many remix projects are just the original track mixed with, a techno beat. But, this album is different. Like I said, my niece, the 18-year-old niece, she would be like, oh, yeah, they added, horns, and it makes it like blah, blah, blah. And, so that's something really good. Is there something you were striving for? I know a lot of the music is more danceable. But it's not like just, you know what I'm talking about.
No, how
some remixes are just like put on a techno beat and they call it remix. But
I do. I totally understand
really
where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from because I purposely wanted to make this not necessarily a house or remix album. I wanted to have a flow as if it was a real album and that I was a danceable type of artist. My music tends to, geared towards the more up-tempo based music. And, because I wanted to have fun, I purposely wanted to have a lighthearted type of album with great grooves and something that people can, get on the floor with. That's how I celebrate life. I love to dance. So I wanted to share that with everyone else. But I also wanted to comment on what you said prior to that, the last statement, is that this album has a flow of a album rather than a remix album. You can actually pick this up and think that this was the original.
Exactly.
And, I just felt that the way that, my managers and myself had, listed the songs and the way that we put them in the order that they are in, was it to make it have a nice flow from the very beginning to the end. And I think we achieved that. Like I said, it sounds like this was an original album. Like, these aren't just remixes, but they have a life of their own aside from the original mixes of the songs.
And anyone who is not familiar with you and picked up the CD would definitely think,
yes,
this is new music. It's not like a remix album. It feels like it's refreshing is the word I come up with.
Thank you.
I've been a fan of yours for a while.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem. But, and listening to, I'm playing your revised, edited, and flipped, like it was a new CD. And that's wonderful that you're able to accomplish that.
Yes.
Great.
And, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to also add that, the original song that I placed on here called Don't Take It Out on Me. A lot of people had a lot of comments on the song because it's a little bit different than what I normally do, which, people like to put me on, under or in a category such as R&B and soul. But, I think I like to consider my music for everyone. It's not just one genre of music that I've been influenced by. But this particular song, Don't Take It Out on Me, is a reflection of, the kind of music that I have been hearing on radio today, commercial radio, that is. And that's, the Euro influence in a lot of R&B music. It's somewhat a dance type or techno kind of vibe in the song. But it's just me reflecting what I am hearing and what I'm experiencing listening to other people's music. And, it's also a way for me to express myself in a different light. It's not, it doesn't have a 70-ish sound like I usually do have in many of my songs, but this time it's more, current sounding, and, I want to stay current as well, but I also want to have my take of what I think I would want to hear on the radio. But personally, that this song, it has a very strong meaning and a statement in the song, and it's about what's going on in the world today, and that's a lot of abuse. Bullying, if I should say, has become it's on an all-time high. It's just an amazing amount of people that are dealing with bullying, and it's not just, in a confrontational level where we're seeing each other physically, but it's through the internet, on social media, and, on the telephones. I mean, people are finding all sorts of ways to bully each other and to be verbally abusive. So this song is really basically telling, or expressing that, this is something that we do need to pay attention to, because it not always happens, but it can become something physical. And, I just want people to take notice of it, and I think that a lot of people can relate to this song.
Yeah, definitely. I want to come back to that.
Yeah.
To that new music that you did put on the CD. But one thing I was wondering is that All of Me, which features Darian, who I love, has a definite reggae feel. And I know that I can't read my writing. Was remixed with All I Need was remixed with a go-go beat. Did you plan this, or did you leave it up to the producers?
Well, the particular producers that we sought out for, the Crank Brothers, this is what they always do. This is what they're known for, and that's go-go music. And we thought it would be a great way to kind of flip the song. All I Need is a fun song in itself in the original production, but this definitely made it, a little bit more swing, danceable, and it's also, a shout-out to, all of my people in the DMV area that, I appreciate them, and I love go-go music, so this was another way to hear my music. But I truly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to perform it live that way.
Oh, definitely. And how about the reggae feel with the song you did with Darian? Was that planned, or did the producer decide, let's take the reggae beat?
Yeah, no, that was definitely planned. The producer that I hooked up with in France, Yanis, he does a lot of hip-hop as well as, other types of music, but his strongest point is reggae music. And I've heard some other production that he has done before, and I thought this was a great way for us to start working together. And, I purposely wanted him to do a reggae remix on this album. Especially for All of Me. And, it's that kind of song. It's just very reminiscent of, the reggae that, you heard in dance halls, but, it was the slowed down tempo type of reggae. And, lover's rock, if you want to call it that. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be something very similar to that. And I think he achieved it really well. And I'm happy with the mix, and I think a lot of people are really into it as well.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites on the CD. I really like that. I love the original, and I really love the remix.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That's great. And then going back to your new track, is that I read somewhere that you're coming out with the new album later this year. Is that going to be on the new album, or?
No, that was just for this particular album. I just wanted to kind of throw in one original, not have everything remixed, but also a song that I felt very strongly about, and I wanted to be heard now. I didn't want to wait too much longer. But no, it was purposely for this album. But I am coming out with the album, and I'm praying that I'll be finished so that I'll put it out later on this year. But with this new album that I'm in the process of making, I'm attempting it to be all live. This is something that I have yet to achieve, and I'm looking very, very much forward to it. So this is something that I've been working on for the last few months, while this one's, the revised, edited, and flipped has been in circulation. Now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of putting out a brand new, fresh album.
which is a lot of work, I'm sure.
It is, but it's fun. It really is fun. I love the creating process.
Well, can you tell us where your fans and new fans can find Revised, Edited, and Flipped?
Absolutely. They can definitely go to iTunes, itunes.com, and find my album. Not just this particular album, but all of my albums. Then you can also go to Amazon.com. And, of course, if you don't want to go to any of them, you can definitely go to my website at angelajohnson.com, and it will lead you, or, it'll give you a link to connect to both of those websites as well as others. But I'm easily accessible, and, my name is pretty much, it's common, and I'm not the actress or the model in India or the comedian.
Yeah, I love the name Angela. I can't help it.
Even though they're great, I love what they're doing. But, no, this is Angela Johnson Music, so if you want to put in a search, look for Angela Johnson Music. But, no, I am so pleased with everything, how everything is turning out. It's a slow burn for me as far as, the way that people are learning about me, and that's good. I like the gradual pace that my career has been taking, especially as an independent. And I'm just hoping to be able to tour heavily with this record. I'm getting ready to go to Japan next month, so I'm looking forward to doing some more things here in the States as well.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Again, I've been talking with Angela Johnson. Her latest CD is Revised, Edited, and Flipped. Definitely go out and check it out. It's a great CD.
Thank you.
Okay.